We are in our next step. One of the most important steps, especially when it comes to your visibility, whether you are just starting out, because of this step was the reason why I barely had real clients. I had friends and family and referrals, word of mouth. But the moment I properly used this tool, I had someone call me and literally said, "Hey, I need a clean," and you were the highest ranking on Google. So let's get into what that is. I guess you would see in the title what it is. We are in step 2, key step, create your Google business profile, which is completely free. You might hear people say my business Google, but Google business profile, which allows you to create a business profile, a business profile, a business space world's identity, real estate on Google. Now, it is free to have a Google business listing. And then you need to have a Google business profile in order for you to eventually pay for Google local service ads, which I do go down in this checklist as well. I go through and I break down how I used it in my business as well. However, for the first few years of my cleaning business, when I did have Google business profile, I was getting organic leads. And still, actually, even when I was running my LSA leads, because of how well I optimize my Google business, I would still be on the top 3 in Google Maps. So if anyone was in like 15 kilometers away from me, I was always the top 3. Okay. And they didn't know that I was running my business alone. They didn't know if I had 3 employees, if I had 50. They just knew that I provided the cleaning service and it was up to me to then create them make them a client. So that's what Google business profile is. It is another way to show and share your business, market your business. That's essentially what marketing is, to display your business in order for you to attract leads. If people do not know about you, then you cannot get business. Google My Business is a free way to do so. So if I were to go on Google, hopefully I don't expose my current searches. Here, let me do it on here. If I were to search businesses near me, okay, cool. You're going to see, I'm going to show you guys so you know the difference. Okay. So if you search cleaning business near me, you're going to see sponsored. So these ones have paid for Google LSA. These ones have paid for Google ads, 2 different things. This is where you could, okay, so they don't have any stars. So yeah, so this is sponsored. They paid for the ads. These people, they just are very good with keeping their profile up to date. They didn't have to pay and they're up 3. So my business is not registered, like not up. That's probably why you don't see my business anymore. But when I say I would get it organically, even without the leads, I was always top 3. So when people search, they would go to me. Okay. And or obviously these other 4 people. So that's what your business profile will do. You are going to have a profile on Google, and when someone searches the first page, you have, well, thankfully that that you don't necessarily have to pay for these ads anymore to be on top of face. If you optimize your free My Business Google account, you could still be the top 3 in the kilometers. Obviously, as you expand your SEO knowledge and implementing ways of getting better exposure, you will be investing into ads so that you can be Jan Pro, who's in 2 areas. They're here and they're here. They invested to be there. My gosh, right? And they have 2 opportunities for someone to click them to be there. Okay, so that's eventually how you want to be. Okay. So the sponsored, your sponsors are your first ones, but everything else, these people didn't have to pay. Don't call me. I'm not a SEO Google My Business pro. Okay. Now, I'm just wanted to show you what exactly you get when you are registering for your My Business Google. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I registered 6 years ago when things were just easy and go lucky. There are a lot more requirements, and they're really specific on how to determine you as a legitimate business. So you may have to go through some hoops. I've known them to want they want you to send pictures, um, letters proving your business is operating in that area. So that's why registering your business, getting a bank account, having your statements or your even cards sent to your address will help for this part because you have proof of your registration of your business and all that stuff. So it's good and bad. It's good because you're not going to have all these fraudulent companies, but it's also like a lot more steps for you. However, it is your way to get leads free and organically. And then when you eventually want to get to pay for it, then you have a seamless way to do that with Google. Okay. So I am not going to go through this whole toolkit. Is basically helping you set up your My Business Google account as effective as possible. I'm going to be very honest with you. If you search Google business pages, there are experts that will literally, like, that's what their whole job is. I would say Google it. But for me, I'm going to give you my best tips on how I was able to consistently be on the first three on the maps without paying for LSA. So if I just go down here, is obviously having all your business name, address, phone number, photos, hours, and reviews. Now, often question is, should my hours be 24/7 like other people, or should it be down to 12 p.m. or 10 p.m.? Doesn't matter. What I'm going to say, especially when you are going to be paying for your ads, just put your business hours where you or your VA will always be answering the phone. Because God forbid you put your business hours 10 p.m. and that's when you tuck your kids into night and you can't answer the phone, or now you're stepping away from your kids' time to answer your calls. That is why I'm always going to say you need to build your vision for a business plan so that you can understand how your business plays a role in your lifestyle, so you know how to build your business. Because if your debt cutoff is 8 p.m. because that is XY time for your family, then you don't go into that all in the sake of I need money. I don't believe that. I believe you can make exponential money. You'll find a way to make the amount of money you need for your lifestyle should you stick to your goal and not compromise. Okay. So that's what I would say. If you want to be 24 hours, just know that you're picking up your phone 24 hours because you put on Google that you are. Especially if you're going to be paying for your leads and you're not answering your phone call, the first to the client is going to be the fastest, right? The fastest to the client is usually the one that gets the client. So just ensure your hours reflect how well you can answer the phone calls. Now, your reviews is probably the top, if not the most important thing to help with your credibility, as well as showing Google and people that you're a reliable company and they can boost you up. In order for you to get LSA, like local service ads, you do need to have at least 10 reviews. So ask friends and family, previous clients to share a review, or go into the Profit Mindset Mastery group and ask people to leave a review. Now, it's not supposed to be like a fully fabricated review. You could talk about the character. If you were to leave me a review and you've never had a service with me, you can simply say, "Hey, I love Shanique's personality. I can guarantee that she's going to make sure that you and your family is happy." Because you see me online, you could speak on my character, right? So you can ask your friends and family to do so. Get your first 10. My goal is to get your first 50. So every single client, you're going to be providing the best service experience, whether you're cleaning or not. And you're going to be asking them for reviews all the time, all the time, all the time, every time. Okay. And most CRM systems actually have automated ask for that. And throughout the checklist, I also have a designated area of how to get more reviews. I actually have a YouTube video on that right now, actually, on how to get reviews. I should actually link that here once done. So yeah, I already talked about why you need it. Setting it up, just go ahead and click this link here, set up your My Google Business account. Just make sure the email that's connected to your business. So how we just talked about setting up your professional business email, make sure that email is connected and not any other personal email. Be very careful of how you upload your business name, because if you forget to put an S at the end, they can flag you. Okay. So just make sure everything is seamless as possible so that you're less likely to be flagged by Google and they're going to want all this other proof. Ensure that you have your service areas, obviously, especially for people Googling in your area. Most of the times when people say cleaning business near me, they're in like a distance of service areas that you provided for My Business Google. So ensuring that you have that. Now, what else helped me get on the front page without paying for ads as of yet would be that I always responded back to my reviews using the type of clean and the city that they are in, so that those keywords could pop up, and our algorithm, all the cool fancy stuff that we don't see, could be picked up. So what I mean by that, if someone said, "Hey, I loved your cleaning services," I would say, "Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate our team. Really appreciate doing the deep cleaning for you. Um, as committed to the Toronto service areas, we appreciate it. Dot Shanique from Cleaning Services." I specifically would do that, as corny it may seem. Most people don't even see the responses anyways. It just helps with you to be bumped up, and then responding back to all your reviews also gives Google the say that you're active, you're here, you're taking care of the clients, because Google obviously wants to make sure that if they want people to keep coming to Google, if you are not a respectable business, they want to cut you off because you're messing up their business. So you might as well help Google make more business by being active. Your photos, I actually think that watermarking your photos on Google actually is not a good thing. I've had those blocked, but if you can get away with it, do so. However, people are going to screenshot a whole bunch of stuff. Just build a brand so powerful that doesn't matter if someone steals your photos. Who gives a damn? So make sure your pictures are clean. Most times, when I first started, stock photos were okay, but taking pictures your before and afters in your homes, or having your subcontractor send you it, would be good as well. Obviously, your company logos and things like that. Just a breakdown of what you could put on, getting your first 10 reviews, responding to all reviews is what I said. Keep your profile updated. So every 3 months, I would say you should have a profile audit. Go and cut incognito and search cleaning business near you, cleaning business in your city, and see how far you are ranking if someone were to search, and then do the audits again. Do you have to change your hours? Do you need to add on more service offerings? Have you responded back to your reviews? Have you updated your pictures? Just having the audit to keep you up in your top three. Always try to get top three, because obviously the top three, top fours is what they see immediately. Most people are just clicking the top three because subconsciously they think top three businesses. Like that's just how people lazy we think. So that's why you want to get up there. Okay, check what's wrong. Okay, cool. And then just questions to ask yourself. And like always, there's a checklist to ensure that you go through this whole key step properly and done to the best of your abilities. And obviously, when you get this checklist, it's completely free. You just have to join the Profit Mindset Mastery Discord group, which is also free, and it's a support group. So as you go through this checklist, you go through your hiccups, just go ahead and drop your questions there. It's going to help me create content. It is not a coaching group, so I'm not obligated to go back and forth with you, but it does help with creating the content and or making this checklist more easier to read. So all your feedback, I don't care if it's bad, good. If you say it's crap, by all means, tell me why it's crap, because you know me, I will make sure I do better. So go ahead and give me the feedback. Already, I've got really good feedback in regarding to it changing people's lives just by the way of thinking. Because everything I'm doing here is to help you make the best aligned decisions for you and your desired lifestyle based on what you see as successful, not based on me or the six figure 10K special number that everyone likes to throw out there. All right. And then if you have need help because you probably need help. Here's a support line. A lot of people don't know there's a support line where you can contact Google and you can call them. There's a little bit of hassle, so just go through the steps as diligently as possible and put all the most accurate information so that you are not flagged and you have to keep going around in circles or get suspended, which you don't want that is as well. Okay. Thank you so much. I have no questions here. And we're getting to the next key steps, possibly Monday. So thank you guys.